All right, let's talk about Kenny Pickett. I thought he played relatively well in this game against the New Orleans Saints. Hey, you picked up a win. That's always the main goal, is to find ways to win. I thought he did some nice things in this one. So let's talk about what he did well and also what still is, what the Steelers offense is still struggling with. I'll start off with a positive. Why not? Because again, there's good and bad. There definitely is, and we're going to get to all of it in this one, and not all the bad is just Kenny Pickett, although none of the bad is Kenny Pickett as well. He's a young player who's definitely has places to grow, but here's him doing something that a lot of even veterans can struggle with. It's going to be, you have a receiver running a go route on the outside right here. However, when the play begins, this is going to be something that's far too much of a trend for Pittsburgh, not too much separation here. And listen, this is Deontay Johnson, and kind of one of the weird things about the Steelers is that, they had Johnson, they had Claypool, and then you also have George Pickens, kind of three guys who are not really separation receivers, more so guys who you have to throw jump balls to, guys who can, make good contested catches, more so than getting, just very open. And so for Pickett, he's had to learn in a hurry how to put the ball in a spot where an NFL caliber receiver can make the grab. Everyone talks about how, in college, you have tougher corners that your receivers are going up against. I feel like not enough people talk about, you do get an advantage with having NFL caliber receivers who can make tougher plays than happens at college. People tend to not go that direction. But anyway, watch how when Pickett makes his throw, it's just perfectly accurate to where, that didn't even have to be a tough catch because of how good of a throw it was. So, stuff like that is, I think, what Pickett can do very well. He definitely, there's no denying, he shows some flashes of really good quarterback play already as a rookie. And that's kind of the thing that you hope he can continue. A play like this is definitely something where when things are going wrong, it feels like this is the main way things will go wrong for the Pittsburgh Steelers and for Kenny Pickett. It's a zone coverage play that the Saints are in right now. And right when this play begins, you're going to see Pickett look down the field and nothing is open. Like I said, a trend that's becoming far too, it's becoming far too much of a trend for the Pittsburgh Steelers. This situation of forcing Pickett to have to make something happen on his own. Listen, there's just times in an NFL game where this stuff does happen. No matter what team you are, no matter how good your receiving core is, no matter how bad of a defense you're going up against is, these situations happen, but it's happening far too much for Pittsburgh here, of really there being no place for Pickett to go with the football. Pickett decides to scramble. It nearly gets himself in trouble. He gets himself out of that trouble, though, throws the ball away. So, again, that's going to hurt his passer rating because throwaways count towards that and all that stuff, but there's really nothing he could have done here. So this is definitely something that I would like to see kind of the situation around him get better. I think that, I would be very interested in seeing what he could do in a better situation. And again, it's not like it's fair to say that this has been a complete disastrous situation or like there's no talent around him. I've already mentioned some of these players that I do like. Every NFL team does have some talent. It's just I would like to see maybe, a little bit more talent and a bit more consistency too, on top of the talent. Because again, they have guys, Freiermuth, Pickens, Johnson, but still, there's just still too many of these types of plays. But going over here, I should also mention, he has at times been someone who can make stuff happen. And I think one of the things that I talked about that I liked about him was I felt like he could run an offense pretty well already in college. I felt like that's something that would translate pretty well to the next level here in the NFL. But like a play like this, it's man coverage, and again, what's becoming a trend, and especially in this game, listen, the Saints defense can, when they're on, make quarterbacks look foolish. They can make, a receiving core that's solid look terrible. They've been able to do that over the course of their career. They're going to do that on this play. And by they've been able to do that over the course of their career, I mean the guys on the roster over their careers. That's the career I'm referring to. But anyways, watch what happens. Pickett's going to take the snap right here. He is going to look down the field. He sees that nothing is open once again. Again, you could throw a check down perhaps, you could maybe make something happen, but keep in mind what the coverage I showed you on the screen was. If you forgot, don't worry, I will tell you again. It was a cover 2 man, meaning that there's 5 New Orleans players who are focused on the receiver they're supposed to cover. That's all their attention is. There's also 2 safeties who are currently at around the 40-yard line. So for Pickett, where the ball was snapped at around the 15-yard line, there's plenty of room to run if he can find a running lane, and his offensive line did a pretty good job on this play. So as you see, Pickett takes off, and his athleticism is going to allow them to pick up some big gains right here. And listen, if you have this stuff, you have this stuff. I know everyone wants to see quarterbacks who are just effective in the passing game. That's what we pay attention to. And obviously, there's a reason for that. The best quarterbacks of, our lifetimes have been the guys who mostly are guys who get the ball down the field throwing the ball, although there has been some exceptions, and we're seeing some exceptions more and more, with guys like Lamar Jackson and then, even recently Justin Fields. And I'm not saying Kenny Pickett is on either of those guys' levels in the rushing game, but just that he adds value with his legs. That's a very real thing that he does. Also, going over here, I feel like every game he'll make 1 or 2 throws that I'm like, oh man, that should have been a highlight reel level play, but his receiver didn't make the grab. I don't know what it is, because again, I feel like as a whole, I like the Pittsburgh receivers. Maybe it's a coaching issue. I don't know. Although this one's going to be a pass to the halfback on a sort of little rub route pick play, whatever you want to call it. These, never get called except for if you're the Washington Commanders, it seems like. So, you could argue it's an illegal play, but these really don't get called. Although as of right here, you're going to see actually, first off, incredibly well ran by Freiermuth on this play, the tight end who was, running the pick. He didn't create any contact, so you couldn't throw a flag even if you wanted to. So great job by him to help set up now an opportunity to make this play. So you're here in this spot. You see the window where Najee Harris could potentially make the grab. There is a safety deep, so it's going to have to be a really good throw from Kenny Pickett. But as you see, it's an absolute beautiful throw that was not complete, but still, great throw there, perfectly where he wanted to be. All I'm evaluating is how Kenny Pickett played. Kenny Pickett put the ball where he wanted to put it. Well done. Going over here, I said there were some negatives about Pickett as well. And again, I'm acting like this offense did nothing. They won the football game. You feel pretty good about that. You scored enough points. They definitely had some good moments. And again, kind of showed some of those good moments. But one of the things that I would say is something Pickett needs to work on. Not massively. He's been very good at this stuff as a rookie. But this is the play I noticed that is one of those plays that you would like to see him be a little better at, I would think. But anyways, something like this where it's a zone coverage play and you have a receiver who's going to be running over the middle. This is Pickens. So, it could get into a gap in coverage, certainly. You're going to see Pickett takes the snap, looks towards Pickens' way, who is open right here. And this feels like it's just kind of one of those examples of maybe even though it looks like it's pretty open, you do kind of have to make your receiver on this play make a tough catch. Throw it further towards him. Lead your receiver a little bit more. Pickett's throw is just a bit behind, which results in it really touching nobody, it seemed like. So, that's one that you would have liked to see Pickett make. I don't even think that's a missed throw. I think that was just, the timing was just a little bit off on that one. He needed to throw it a little bit further. So, again, it's not like I'm seeing a ton of these. It's not like this has been a big trend from Pickett. I think this has been a good rookie season for him. I really do. But I definitely did notice this play, and so I figured I would bring it up. So that's definitely something that you would like to see him work out. A couple things the Steelers do need to work out, but as a whole, I still like how Pickett is playing. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts on Pickett? Is he playing well? Does he need to step it up? Does the offense as a whole need to step it up? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.